Dorian Gray begins as a beautiful, innocent young man adored by everyone. This is the story of the Picture of Dorian Gray. Artist Basil Hallward becomes obsessed with Dorian's purity and paints his masterpiece. The portrait captures Dorian's youth, beauty, and the idealized version of his soul. Basil introduces Dorian to Lord Henry Wotton, a charming, poisonous philosopher. Henry preaches pleasure, indulgence, and the worship of beauty above morality. Dorian absorbs every word, terrified of aging and losing his perfection. He wishes the portrait would age instead of him, bearing every sin he commits. The wish becomes real. Dorian meets Sybil Vane, a young actress performing Shakespeare in a shabby theater. He falls in love with her talent, not her humanity. When she performs poorly one night, Dorian cruelly rejects her instantly. Sybil kills herself, devastated by his coldness. Dorian feels a flicker of guilt until he sees the portrait. Its expression is changed. The mouth twists with cruelty, revealing the first stain on his soul. Dorian hides the painting in a locked attic, terrified and fascinated by its power. He plunges into a life of decadence, vice, and moral corruption. Years pass. Dorian remains flawless, youthful, and admired everywhere he goes. The portrait grows older, uglier, more monstrous with every sin he commits. Rumors swirl about Dorian's influence: broken friendships, ruined reputations, destroyed lives. But no one can prove anything. Basil confronts Dorian, begging him to repent and reclaim his soul. Dorian shows him the portrait. Basil is horrified by the grotesque transformation. In a frenzy of rage and shame, Dorian murders Basil brutally. He blackmails an old friend to dispose of the body, sinking deeper into darkness. Sybil's brother James Vane hunts Dorian for revenge, believing he caused her death. Dorian escapes him narrowly, protected by his eternal youth. James dies accidentally, leaving Dorian shaken but unchanged. Dorian tries to reform himself, performing a small act of kindness. He checks the portrait, hoping for improvement. It only grows worse, now marked with hypocrisy and self-deception. Dorian realizes he can never escape the truth of who he's become. In a final act of desperation, he stabs the portrait, trying to destroy his corruption. The servants hear a scream and break into the attic. They find an aged, withered corpse on the floor, unrecognizable and hideous. The portrait hangs above him, restored to its original beauty. Dorian Gray dies as the man he truly became. The painting lives on as the man he once was. And that's the Picture of Dorian Gray. Like and follow for more book recaps. Comment which book you want next.